Good day, sport viewers out there, and wherever you are watching up today, this is your program once more, All Sport, where we give it to you as it's happening in the world of sport all over the world. My name is Lawal Ajibola Akonji Sahid, your Legbashio Sport, and of course, you already know where we are talking from. This is CTV, your number one online TV channel, where we give it to you as it's happening in the world of sport all over the world. Quickly, we will be giving to you today bumper package of what is happening locally here as well as in Europe and everywhere all over the world. And of course, let me quickly come down to the local content that we have today before I go too far. Today we are quickly telling you that the Adama Sule Foundation, our sponsor, as you know, the 11th edition of their game, of their football competition, the Adama Sule football competition, as I usually say, is coming up very, very soon. And of course, all things, all hands are on deck and everything is set for this beautiful football event to happen. This is a football event that is known all over Lagos because this is the 11th year that we are doing this in the city of Lagos. And of course, we know that you out there will want to be part of this beautiful program with us. So if you want to be part of this program, just join us in the studio. Comment on the comment section down there, or you can just contact us in this video and we will put you through on this very particular event that is upcoming at the moment. Let's quickly move from there to another local content. Yes, Sesemac Cup 2024. Sesemac Cup 2024. This is a cup that is given to the veterans. Yes, to the veterans 45 years and above. This is a cup that is given to the veterans 45 years and above. Those ones that has been in the game of football, they've gone every other player, and now they are now part of one All-Stars or the other. And then at this moment in time, these people are the ones playing the Sesemac Cup. This cup kick off over the weekend, on Saturday over the weekend. They kick off this very particular game. And of course, frontliners, All-Stars, this All-Star club, they met with Paco All-Stars from Dokpemu, frontliners All-Stars from Abule Egba area. They met, and frontliners All-Stars defeated them 3-1. In the second game of that very particular group, we have Akinola All-Stars from Akinola at Aboru over there. They met with Santos All-Stars from Dokpemu, around Dokpemu area here. And of course, Santos All-Stars was able to defeat them at home with 2-0. Yesterday, Sunday, you have Sunday set, Akinola Sunday set, another All-Star set from Sunday from Akinola there. They play 2-2 draw with Ambassadors All-Stars. They play 2-2 draw with Ambassadors All-Stars. And of course, further games will be coming up as we will see it. And of course, the last game of that day was with Concord All-Stars from Oshodi. Concord All-Stars from Oshodi and Owosheni All-Stars from somewhere around Oshodi, Mafoluku area like that. But then these two teams, I think Owosheni was not able to make it, so it's a bye game, and we are open to get an update of that event as the game proceeds. We will be telling you more about this event and every other event that is happening locally in the world of football. Sit back and relax, and when we come back, we will give you the full gist of everything that we have today. Stay tuned, don't go away. Welcome back, my people. You are still on to us on Us Sports. That's your beautiful program where we give it to you everything that happened in the world of sport. Today, I'm not alone in the studio at the moment. Today, I have with me my sport analyst, my co-anchor for today, and my able all-rounder in all sports that you talk about. You talk about it, he knows what to say about it. Welcome to the program, my brother, Mr. Wisdom. His name is Wisdom Chiwoba. We call him Principal Thing. Of course, that is phonetics for you. You can introduce yourself properly, my brother.
Oh, thank you very much, MC Legbashio. It's a real pleasure to be here, honestly. I'm very grateful. Well, for those of you just joining us for the first time, my name is Wisdom Chimuba. I'm fondly called the Principal Thing, and it's a huge pleasure to be a hotspot. This is the show where we get to, serve you everything coming from the world of sport. And today, just like MC said, we've got a whole lot. In fact, a bumper package is an understatement of what we got for you on today's show. Oh, beautiful. That's a bumper package we are having on today's show. Quickly, let's quickly now go to where we are today. Over the weekend, the Under-20 Women World Cup kicked off over the weekend. And of course, you can see that on your screen over there, beautiful game
games happened over the weekend in the world of sports, talking about football. Under 20 Women World Cup, and under 20 Women World Cup, France played that very particular opening match against Canada. France under 20 against Canada, and they played that game 3-3. 3-3. That is how the game ended in that very particular game. And of course, Cameroon under 20 plays their own first game too. They play with Mexico, and of course they too have a 2-2 goals there. 4 goals are harvest in that very particular match. It is 2-2 draw. And then we have Brazil under 20 play Fiji under 20, and that that is not a football match. That is a football punishment, I will say, because you see it over there, 9 goes to nothing.
Yeah, that is Brazil for you. That is Brazil. You know, Brazil. Once you hear Brazil, the first thing you think about is football.
Wow.
And for Fiji, I'm sure a whole lot of listeners out there, or viewers right now, will be surprised. Is there a country named Fiji? A whole lot of people will be surprised.
In football.
The fact that Fiji is not a country that we are known for. Now seeing them being whooped 9-0 by Brazil, it is what it is. It's football and it's Brazil.
Oh boy, okay, no problem. It is football and it is Brazil. So let's quickly go on. Of course, Spain and United States of America. You will know, you know right from the start that United States of America is a powerhouse in female football.
Yeah.
Yes. But when they meet Spain, that is tactically sound in the game of football, male and female, then it becomes something. And Spain was able to defeat them 1-0 in that very particular match. You have Germany and Venezuela, another first of goal. Of course, Venezuela did not prove too soft in this very particular game. Venezuela was able to put 2 back in this very particular game. 5-2 in that very particular game.
Yeah, I think it's a very good one, a very interesting game for Germany, especially knowing that very soon they will be facing the Super Eagles, Super Falconets, beg your pardon. For Venezuela, I think they give a good account of themselves, but hey, come on, it's Germany. There isn't much they could do. The fact that, like you said, they managed to put 2 into the back of the net shows that, hey, they've got a bit of fighting spirit in them, but it's Germany and there's nothing much they can do about it.
There's nothing they can do about it. This is like our people say, when someone is older than you can't cut it away. It's there. It sticks with you. And of course, Paraguay under 20 defeated Morocco from our Africa here 2-0, while our own Nigeria was able, in the finishing minute of that game, they defeated South Korea 1-0. And of course, if you watch that match early today, you will know that there's a lot of time that the striker called Lucky was so unlucky in that very particular game. While of course South Korea too were hitting the bar 1-2 times, bang bang, up and down. But then Nigeria was able to defeat this very particular game 1-0. We quickly go. So that is how it is for now. At the time of this compilation of this event, we have this game assistance right now, but later in the day you'll be seeing Ghana will be playing Austria under 20 in the same World Cup. North Korea will be playing Argentina. You have Japan under 20 will be playing New Zealand, and Costa Rica will be playing Netherlands. With the table at the moment, as it stands in the table at the moment, the table in this World Cup, Colombia under 20 is leading Group A with 3 points right now. They defeated their counterparts in their very particular game, and they have 3 points. Yes, they beat Australia by 2-0. So they are now leading that very particular table, that very particular group, where Cameroon is second with 1 point and Mexico is third with 1 point. They drew their game 2-2. In Group B, Brazil is leading that very particular group, 3 points. They defeated their own counterparts 9-0, like we said. They wiped them out 9-0. France and Canada are second and third in their own particular, because they have draw 1 point. In Group C, you still have them in Group C over there. You see, in Group C, you have Paraguay with 3 points. They won their own game. Spain also won their own game with 3 points. And of course, that is alphabetical order or whatever you are seeing over there, because they are looking the same on the table, while United States and Morocco are at the bottom of the table. So in Group D, Germany is leading that table also with 3 points, and of course we still have the same thing happening. Nigeria is in second place with 3 points also, but no goal difference at all. They are just looking so beautiful on the table over there. And South Korea and Venezuela at the bottom of the table. Group E and F are yet to play their own particular game in this very particular event. So at this point in time, the way we are seeing this World Cup is going to be very, very interesting. At least these young ladies are showing, even they are showing the men. They're showing the men that no, we Sabiamo.
Well, talking of the Under-20 World Cup, really I have to say it's been a very interesting start. Looking at the number of goals that have been scored, I'm quite surprising though. It's a good one for the white paper guys to say, hey, this is a good one for them. You know what I mean? That's those are into the betting things. They will be really proud of the girls for the goals they are scoring.
Yeah,
but talking about the performance, in fact, my focus is on the Super Falcons for now. And their first game against South Korea, really, I have to say, it was very important. You know that they start off on a winning note. Very important because the next game is against Germany, and Germany 3-time world champions. And apart from that, you know, their last 20 group stage matches, they've lost just 2, meaning that they are
2 out of 20.
2 out of 20 to show you that when it comes to the Under-20 World Cup, they mean business.
Wow.
I'm looking at the scoreline with which they smashed Venezuela 5 goals to 2. So coming up against Germany, that next game, that is more like I think the minimum I would expect from that game should be a draw, because if we get a draw there, coming up against Venezuela, that should be an easy one for us.
Even with a draw with Nigeria, that means Nigeria has already scaled through from that group.
So I think it's very imperative. But really, I have to say, this Under-20 World Cup, for those of you that are not watching it, I think you're missing out, because this promises to be filled with so much excitement in terms of the goals, in terms of the performance and the play. Because for Nigeria and Korea, that match, we saw so many chances in that game to show you the attacking talent being displayed, as well as the defensive prowess of all of these ladies. So it's one that, you know, promises to be filled with so much excitement, and that is how you know, we are looking at this Under-20 World Cup. So hopefully it doesn't get to disappoint and gives us what we expect.
Exactly. Hope we don't get disappointed, because at the moment the game is worth watching. Early in the morning, to wake up early in the morning, 12 a.m., 2 a.m. and watch this game. The game is worth watching at the moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will quickly go on a very short break, and when we come back, we will give you some updates, and then we will be going properly into the European leagues, major leagues as it stands at the moment. Stay tuned with us. We will be right back. Welcome my people, and of course you are still on to us on All Sports. Quickly, we have a very particular update at the moment. Mr. Wisdom, there's a particular update that is trending at the moment. Well,
this has to do with the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, we know that Bruno Labbadia rejected the deal to become the head coach of the Super Eagles after, you know, an issue with the salary and tax payment and all of that. So Austin Eguavoen was appointed as the interim manager of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Well, reports came out today that Austin Eguavoen has chosen for himself his assistant, you know, to lead him or to join him on this journey of, you know, coaching the Super Eagles, as will be taking on Rwanda and Benin, you know, coming up this international break on the 7th and the 10th. So it will interest you to know that it is the two managers, first and second, from the MPFL last season. That's talking about Fidelis Ilechukwu and Daniel Ogumodede. Yes, Fidelis Ilechukwu, the head coach of Enugu Rangers, won the league last season, and then Remo Stars head coach, who finished second behind them, that is Daniel Ogumodede. So those would be his assistants, you know, to guide him or to support him rather in ensuring that the Super Eagles, you know, qualify for AFCON, the next AFCON coming up?
Aha, this is a beautiful thing. This is what we are looking for in the world of football in Nigeria at the moment. Let's give the local talents the opportunity to showcase and to shine. It's just a pity that Raymond Stars crash out of the CAF Champions League.
Well,
with their from all the way to Morocco, they lose that game 3-2.
It was always going to be difficult. Really, just my own honest opinion. I don't think Nigeria so far, especially when it comes to club football, I don't think we've built ourselves to be strong enough to compete on the big stages. I don't think we've done that well enough.
But we've tried from times ago. The likes of Enyimba was win the CAF Champions League back-to-back.
All of these things are past glories, you know. And if you notice, in recent years, for like the past 5 or 6 years, you know, we haven't really gone far when it comes to all of this competition. That's why, in fact, you know, some of these our MPFL teams had to go through another qualifying series before we even got to play the main tournament itself. So it shows okay, let's just say hopefully this season there gets to be an improvement in the performance. Hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. As it says, it is what it is. Then from there we go properly into the European major leagues right now. Let's quickly go down and show you what happens over the weekend with this very particular league. Talking about the English Premier League. The English Premier League come up over the weekend. The English Premier League over the weekend on Saturday they started their game with Arsenal and Brighton, and of course in that very particular game Declan Rice of Arsenal was shown at the matching order in that particular game, 2 yellow cards resulting in 1 red card, and he was sent out of that very particular game. What do you see? There is this very controversial thing. Is it a red card? It's not a red card. He obstructed or he simulated a foul, whatever. I don't know.
One thing I have to say is so far I think let's say after the first like 5 to 10 games, I think every Premier League team is going to have a share of their own VAR problems. Okay, and United had theirs at I think against Brighton when Alejandro Garnacho scored, and then the VAR cancelled the goal due to the fact that Joshua Zexi had something to do with it. And then now Arsenal have had their own
I
issue.
believe that's a proper offside.
That's a conversation for another day. but
okay.
Now Arsenal having their own issue with the red card, and then saying, oh, the referee's decision and all of that. So I think I'm going to use it in Nigeria words. It's turn by turn. Turn by turn. You get turn by turn. So everyone is going to have their own fair share. So I'm not really going to dwell much on saying, okay, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. There have been so many changes to the laws coming into the new season. So until we get used to it, the refereeing decision, there's going to be a whole lot of back and forth.
In fact, the referee decisions now, the one of the big changes that is that it has to be more of the on-field decision now rather than in the video room. So it has to be more on the pitch.
Whatever the ref decides, I think we're all going to take it. But one thing is for certain. I'm saying this out there for the whole world to hear me right now. One thing is for certain. Every team in the Premier League this season is going to have their own fair share of complaint.
Everybody must collect. Like our people talk.
Arsenal have had their, they've had their. So whatever they want to say, the decision has been made. Nothing can be done to reverse.
Nothing can be done to it. It is done. As I said, it is what it is. So it is done, and everybody must collect. Arsenal finished that game with Brighton 1-1. Of course, Brentford, Southampton went to Brentford in their own game, and it is 3-1 for Brentford. Everton lost their game 2-3 to Bournemouth. This is a game that I find this game very, very funny. My brother, I find this game very, very funny because, Mr. Wisdom, it is funny because when I see this game, at 87 minutes, Everton was leading 2-0. 87 minutes.
Well, they say football is never really over until it's over.
Until the final whistle.
Yeah, it's never over until the final whistle. It's football. We know Southampton coming into this new season, or Bournemouth rather, coming into this new season. You know, they lost Sri Lanka, they lost some of their key players, and I'm coming up against Sean Dyche and Everton at home. funny enough, I myself, I really have to say, I was kind of surprised that Everton lost the game. But come on, first of all, it's the Premier League. It's the Premier League. No, there are no minnows anymore in the Premier League.
For real.
And for Bournemouth, kudos to them. Alfonso Raiola, the head coach, I think he's really done well. The fact that he lost Solanke and you know just scoring goals for fun. And but I think Sean Dyche, I'm gonna have to blame him for kind of not locking up shop. Not locking up shop, but
3 goes to the end of full time.
Yeah, it is what it is. It's football.
It is what it is. And then the law of the game at the moment, where every moment you wasted in the game will be added back.
Yeah.
We saw this in the Olympic when 18 minutes was added to a game. Argentina, Morocco. 18 minutes was added. So this game, you have no time to waste. If you waste it, you get it back. We play the game. That is the way it is. And of course, you see this very particular game is the first game that Aaron Ramsdale is in Poe. Aaron Ramsdale come from Arsenal and is in Poe for Bournemouth in that very particular game.
Yeah,
for
Southampton.
For Southampton in that very particular game. And of course, they lost that game. But then it is what it is. Moving on, if we get the first point of the competition of the league over the weekend, they drew 1-1 at home with Fulham, and of course Leicester lost again to Aston Villa. Aston Villa is proving something else this very league season, and of course you see they finished strong last season. They are taking it down now. We hope when the Champions League started they will not be fatigued or they lose their impetus as the game goes on. Of course, Nottingham Forest and Wolves 1-1. West Ham lost to Manchester City. Beautiful game that one goal to 3, and that very particular tall man, Erling Haaland.
The inevitable one. He is the inevitable one.
He don't start again.
Yeah. He is come on. There's a reason why he's called Erling Haaland, and he's the beast. I think one thing is very certain for Erling Haaland this season. The Golden Boot is guaranteed. I can say that one.
Now you did talk that one,
I can say that
my
one.
brother, 3 hat-trick back to back.
Hey, it's Erling Haaland. I'm surprised you are surprised.
Wow.
I'm surprised you are surprised. It's Erling Haaland.
Because
even back at Borussia Dortmund, the fact that it was just Lewandowski that was stopping Haaland from winning all of those Golden Boots. If Lewandowski wasn't there at the Bundesliga, come on, he would have, So it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's Erling Haaland. For real, it is Erling Haaland. There can only be one Erling Haaland in that very particular league.
He's probably chasing Cristiano Ronaldo's goal record.
Yes, and of course, Pep Guardiola said it's better this season than last season in their press conference. He said it's looking better this season than last season.
Yeah, really. I think I kind of agree with that. And this has to do with in terms of the all-round play. Now, last season a whole lot of people said without KDB, Erling Haaland, wouldn't be able to score. But you look at that game against Manchester City, I don't think KDB even had an assist in that game. But I think the first assist was Bernardo Silva, the second was Rico Lewis, and the third was Martin Schooner.
Yes.
Now, and Erling Haaland, in terms of his all-round play this season, is improved in terms of how it drops back to get the ball,
and he approaches the ball,
movement, in terms
the positioning,
of direct and all of those things.
Everything.
So really, it's improved, and it's one thing that you have to expect when you are in Pep school. As far as you've played under Pep, you're in Pep school. If you don't improve when under Pep after your first year or your second year, come on, Pep will kick you out. Pep himself will kick you out. There has to be an improvement. And
of course, for every virtual manager that is playing FPL, that is the most expensive player in FPL now.
15 million for Erling Haaland.
15 points. He's a riser now. 15.1 or 2 now at the moment.
Even I myself, I had to abandon him. I was like, I just had to replace him with Mo Salah, and it was annoying. It was being a United fan, but I had to captain Salah.
You have to go with something. You have to go with the winning team. Of course, those people are the legend in the game at the moment. Now let's quickly proceed with this. And Chelsea, the host Crystal Palace over the weekend. Also, that game is 1-1. That game is 1-1. Chelsea without a striker is looking something else this season.
Chelsea, if we begin to dissect Chelsea, I'm sure we're probably not going to leave this studio today. Victor Osimhen saga and all of that. I'm not going to dwell on that, but hey, Nicholas Jackson now scored in 2 games back to back. He said to Mikel Obi, "Hey, shut up!" And Mikel Obi responded and said, "Okay, you know what? As long as you keep on scoring every week, I'm going to shut up." Okay, but it's quite unfortunate that Chelsea, after winning 6-2 over the last weekend against Wolves, and all Chelsea fans came out like, "Oh, we're Chelsea, we've arrived." I'm like, "Hey, come on, you don't do that. We have 38 games. It's an entire season from now till June. From now till June. Calm down, calm down."
And you see the Banter King has already told them that the Banter King said that you scored all your goals in this very particular game, so don't worry.
I said that to a friend of mine. I said, "See, Chelsea never scored all their goals in one season for one match, but it is what it is." While they were leading 1-0, I think I was on X, and and Chelsea fans were like, "Come on, Chelsea!" And in my mind, I said, at the end of the day, you're coming up against a Crystal Palace that has improved drastically from last season. Oliver Glasner has been his imprint on Crystal Palace has been incredible. Last season, we saw Crystal Palace do the unthinkable. Crystal Palace has improved so much that nowadays, coming up against him, they are very direct, they are very bold. And I wasn't surprised when Eberechi scored. I'm like, hey, come on, who else has to score for Crystal Palace? But, that game against Crystal Palace, I just knew that it was going to be a hard one. Even Manchester City coming up against, no matter the team that will come up against Crystal Palace this season, it's going to be a hard nut to crack. Because Oliver Glasner has shaped that team, first of all, in terms of how they defend, in terms of how they attack, and everything. Come on,
it's an all-round game of football.
It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot.
It's a whole lot.
Because of our time, I wouldn't do much on the
Let's
analysis.
do about your needs. And of course, Newcastle United are hitting form this season. Let's say they are hitting form because they won their game at Tottenham Hotspur 2 goals to 1 over the weekend. While we now see Manchester United are lost at home 3 goals to nothing to Liverpool. Well, this very particular game, at least you will never walk alone is what they are saying at Anfield.
United are actually walking alone right now.
But United they are not. The usual parlance they use for them now in Yoruba parlance, they call them Anfani Adugbo, which means they are public job. Something general reward. Someone everybody that just go there and pick their own. Because I don't see the excuse in this. But this is a team that Sir Alex Ferguson left. It is a very viable team. But then one mistake after the other, these coaches and everything, it has become something else.
Well, for Manchester United, United's problem really, first of all, I think I have to put this out there. I've been a very cogent supporter of Erik ten Hag. Right from the first day he came in, I was like, oh, Erik ten Hag is a very good manager. Truth is, he's actually a good manager, but I don't know what has happened to him of recent or, from last season up to date. He seemed to have lost his way, his decision-making, his tactics. I was surprised that he took off Garnacho, leaving Rashford yesterday on the field.
And Rashford is not adding anything to that game.
And then the decision-making, the substitution, the tactics against Liverpool. United, I understand that, okay, he's trying to build up from the back. But it's his first season, second season, third season. He spent over 600 million, and you can't identify a certain playing style United play with. Now, under Jose Mourinho, we knew that it was about sit deep and defend, and then you play transition football. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, you knew that you had to play counter-attacking football. But
yes.
Under Erik ten Hag, we don't know if you're playing counter-attack. You don't know if
you're
you're playing possession. It's difficult. You look at Ajay Postecoglou of Tottenham Hotspur, he's playing direct football. Whether they are losing, whether they are winning, they are always direct. They are always in your face. You look at Oliver Glasner. He spent lesser, he spent less time, at Crystal Palace. But now, when you see Crystal Palace, you're expecting direct football from Crystal Palace.
They are transitioning from back to front.
And you look at Brighton. They just have a young manager that came this season, but when you look at Brighton, you know what to expect.
Revamped.
You know what to expect.
Revamped.
And look at the man that smashed United yesterday. Arne Slot. First season in England, first 3 games, and you
just follow him what you met on ground and then build on. That is the way it is.
And I'm surprised and I'm wondering to myself, okay, Erik ten Hag, come on. Tell us what is United's playing pattern. If you want to sit back and defend, you sit back and defend. If you want to do counter-attack, you do counter-attack.
Don't do it. You just going up and down.
But yesterday, that game, it was a game that,
and you see the bonuses from Casemiro yesterday.
Yeah, that's what I was about to talk about now. It was something that had to do with everyone, the whole team in general. Even Joshua Zexi, he had opportunities that he should have converted. I'm not talking about the new United striker and then Marcus Rashford. That's the case on his own.
On his own, we don't even have to talk about Rashford at all.
Onana, I'm not going to blame Onana for any of those goals.
For real, even last season, there's no defense.
There was not any of those goals that he considered. But Casemiro was just out of himself yesterday. And I would say some of the criticism, although it's social media, people will go over the line and say some unnecessary things. In fact, his wife today had to post on
all the trophies that hey, this is a winner, he's a champion.
He's a champion, and in a way, I kind of back him to come back though. But I think what Casemiro needs is support, and I think it's a good thing United have signed Manuel Ugarte, and let's just hope that after the international break, Manuel Ugarte, would help enhance the United's midfield because they've sold McTominay.
For real, Casemiro has done a lot in that team.
Yeah, he's really.
If there's no goal, he's the one that usually comes to bring goal. I wonder what all those strikers are doing. Anyway, moving forward from that very particular team, the table in the Premier League is looking beautiful. It's looking as usual. Let me say the table is looking as usual right right now because Manchester City is topping that table with their 3 wins at the moment. They are 3 wins and 9 points. Why you will see Liverpool also 3 wins, but then Brighton is there with 2 wins and 1 draw. While you see Arsenal with 2 wins and 1 draw. These are the 4 toppers of the league at the moment. And then the bottom 4 at the moment, you will see Ipswich has moved up with their draw. They moved up. They are in 17th position now. While Wolves has not won anything at all, but they've drew 1 also, and they are at 18th position. While you see the likes of Southampton and Everton who have no winning, no draws, and they are at the bottom of the table at the moment. Let's quickly go to the powerhouse right now. When we come back, we will give it to you as it's happening in La Liga and other major leagues in Europe. Quickly, we shall be running through this. Sit back. We will be right back. Okay, welcome back, my people. Now let's quickly move down to La Liga in Spain, and of course in La Liga over the weekend is a go affairs for that team at Santiago Bernabeu. At Camp Nou. Barcelona walloped. It's a wallop for Real Valladolid with 7-0 in that very particular game, and of course Atletico Madrid they won their own game at Athletic Club. They visit Athletic Club and they won it 1-0. Espanyol 2-1 at Rayo Vallecano to Rayo Vallecano. While you have Leganés lost their game at home to Mallorca 1-0. Valencia and Villarreal 1-1 in their very particular game. While you have Deportivo Alaves, one of those newly promoted teams, they beat Las Palmas 2-0. Osasuna 3-2 to Celta Vigo. That is a surprise over there, but then it's no surprise because both of them are a team that transitioned very well. They play the game of football like it's played any other place around the world. And of course you have Sevilla and Girona. Girona is proving a tough nut to crack again because Girona visited Sevilla and they handed it over to them 2-0, no doubt about that. And of course Getafe ended 0-0 with Real Sociedad, while you have Real Madrid and Real Betis 2-0. Real Madrid now, my brother, Real Madrid. Now that man Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah, Kylian Mbappe. Well, I think I have to say this now. For those of you that have been coming after Kylian Mbappe, now you can calm down, right?
For real.
You can calm down.
Let's calm down.
Come on, it's Kylian Mbappe was always going to come good.
You will come up.
The first 2 games, it's normal. You just move to a new environment. Not everyone is Cristiano Ronaldo.
For real.
Messi, that once you get to the league.
Those ones are the exemptions.
Yeah, in fact, those ones, they are not humans. Let's just put them there. The GOATs.
In the game of football.
Now, Kylian Mbappe, first of all, he had to fit into, there's a certain Vinicius and Rodrigo that their playing pattern is different from him. So it's understandable that they needed time to gel. But you see that when it finally clicked, Kylian Mbappe, 2 goals, And a nice gesture from Vinicius to give him the penalty to score, to make it 2-0. But it is what it is. Now that Real Madrid have gotten their first win, I think it's going to be more of this.
Yeah, it's going to be more of this. So their table 2 is looking beautiful at the moment, because we already have 4 games played in that very particular game. They are in the week 4 in La Liga, and you have Barcelona leading that table. They are leading that table, while you have Real Madrid in second place, Atletico Madrid in third place, and Villarreal in fourth place. The bottom 4, you have Real Betis. Betis is there in 17th, Las Palmas in 18th, Sevilla in 19th, and Valencia in 28th. Let's quickly move on from there to Serie A. Yes, that very game where they said if you don't have strength, you can't play Serie A. That's what he said in those days, in the days of them Gattusos and whatever.
Still true. Still true.
Because
true.
That is a league where I see a 40-year-old Inzaghi playing.
That is the truth, because
wow.
Everyone in this area is very fit, very physical. In fact, it's more physical than the Premier League, but the Premier League is more fast-paced. Fast-paced
and tactical. Yeah. I give it to you in space, you catch up with it. So in that very particular game over the weekend, you see Bologna drew 1-1 with Empoli. Leeds, they beat Cagliari at home 1-0, while Lazio and AC Milan have 2-2 draw in their very particular game. Napoli and Parma, 2-1. Napoli won, Parma 2-1. Napoli are managing this season without Osimhen.
Well, I think it's not going to be for long. It's not going to be for long. They're going to regret their decision. This is just me saying it as a Nigerian. Okay, yeah, this is sentiment talking. But I think under Antonio Conte, I think Napoli, they're going to do really well. Conte, we know Conte has a world of experience. He's a winner, so yeah, and he understands the Serie A. He's won it with Inter Milan. He knows how the Serie A operates. But I think the fact that they left Osimhen out of the squad. This is just the sentimental part of me talking, saying, okay, you know what? There's a side of me that just wants them to fumble,
to suffer a little.
Yeah, so that we can say, yeah, we told
you. I told you so. I told you so.
But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I just hope they get to sort out Victor Osimhen.
Because
everyone is happy at the end of the day.
For real, I hope everyone is happy at the end of the day. Now we see Fiorentina. They have 2-2. Monza went to Fiorentina and they get 2-2 draw from that game. Genoa lost 2-0 to Hellas Verona at home, while Juventus and Roma, these two powerhouses, were not able to score each other. Very good defense, these two teams, and they have 0-0 on their score sheet. And Udinese and Como 1-0 on their table at the moment. My brother, you check it over there. Inter Milan is topping that table, while Juventus is in second place, Torino third, and Udinese is in fourth place. While the bottom for Roma, in fact, with their draw and whatever, they are in 17th place. Bologna in 18th. You have Venezia in 19th, and Como is in 20th place. Quickly moving from there to Bundesliga, we quickly move to Bundesliga, and in Bundesliga, Mönchengladbach are back to their winning form. They went to Bochum and then they beat them 2-0. Eintracht Frankfurt, they are proving to be that team that is traditional in the Bundesliga. They won their game 3-1. Holstein Kiel, one of those promoted teams, they hosted Wolfsburg, and then it is 2-0 to Wolfsburg. Stuttgart, of course, have 3-3 draws with Mainz 05, Werder Bremen 0-0 with Borussia Dortmund, while Bayer Leverkusen with RB Leipzig 2-3. Bayer Leverkusen lost that game last season.
Run has come to an end.
Yes, last season they were beating everyone, beat draw. No,
it is what it is. They say nothing lasts forever.
Yes,
The unbeaten run has come to an end. Well, I think they will bounce back in their next.
You remember Arsenal doing it that year? They've not done it again since then.
Yeah, it's football.
It's football.
It's very hard for you to replicate that kind of success. But I think Bayer Leverkusen would bounce back.
For real. Now you see FC Eindhoven, yes, 4-0 to Augsburg, while you see Bayern Munich beat Freiburg at home 2-0. At the moment, that Eindhoven that you see, that team that I don't even know how to pronounce the name, are leading the table. They are topping the table at the moment. While you see Manchester, Bayern Munich is in second place, RB Leipzig in third place, and Borussia Dortmund in fourth place. And of course, you see one of those newly promoted teams, talking about Holstein Kiel, is the one in 16th place, while you see two of them are in 17th place, talking about Bochum and STP. What team is that? STP. assistant at the moment, this is the table at the moment. The League One also is going on, and Brest beat Saint-Etienne. I don't believe that game, but then it happens like that because Saint-Etienne is a very strong team in the French League One.
Yeah, Brest are also a traditional League One team. They always, you know,
they'll be up and go up and
but I think it's what it is. It's one of those weekends where, you know, that team just gets that luck and boom, they perform. Let's just hope they build on it.
Yeah, 4-0 Saint-Etienne, and then Montpellier lost at home again to Nantes. That's another upset over there. And Toulouse and Marseille, this one is normal. 3-1. Marseille won that very particular game. Monaco 1-1 to Lens. Angers 1-4 to Nice. Away won that game 4-1. Le Havre won their game 3-1 with Auxerre. While you see Reims beat Rennes 2-1, and Lille and Paris Saint-Germain, these two teams are the same. You see this PSG 3-1 at Lille. This PSG is an African team right from the beginning. I kept saying it. The fact that they are pursuing the Champions League, they kept buying all the big names, but then they didn't get anything. Now the big names are gone. They are back to their being average. This very PSG.
Well, would you say average? Would you say average? But I think it's up for debate. But I think the fact that, you know, now they don't have any big name, I think it's shifted all of the attention away from them. And I think in a way it's a good thing for them, because now they're away from the social media noise, and the team can calm down and perform without, you know, being under any sort of pressure. Since Kylian Mbappe left, you know, they've been scoring goals for fun. They've smashed teams 6-0, 4-3. You know, now they're scoring goals for fun, and you're wondering, and where have all of this performance been? So let's just hope that, you know, the Champions League, which is always their main focus, you know, once the Champions League kick off, and these players get to perform. But I think Luis Enrique is doing a wonderful job with them.
He's doing a very good job over there. Now their table is looking beautiful too. Traditionally, PSG on top, Marseille second, Nantes third, and Montpellier in fourth place. And the bottom four, of course, Toulouse is there, and you see another month is there, and then you have Angers and Saint-Etienne at the bottom of the table. At the moment in time, we finish with the major leagues in Europe. And of course, there's a lot of leagues that are big in Europe, talking about the Eredivisie, talking about the Scottish Premier League and all that. But then this is where we are going to stop on this program today with that. Quickly now, we want to quickly go to the new format of the Champions League. The Champions League at the moment has gone to another level right now. The European Champions League has gone to another level right now. You see, the European Champions League from 32 teams has gone to 36 teams. 36 teams of 9 teams in 4 pots. 9 teams in 4 pots. This is the share in that 4 pots. You see it on your screen over there. You see in pot 1, Manchester City, Sevilla, Bayern Munich, PSG, Barcelona, Benfica, Napoli, and Feyenoord. And of course, he puts all these ones in a group. Me and you will pinpoint that these are the ones that are going to qualify from this very particular group.
Well, so I think for this Champions League, I think I love the new format because of number one, hey, we get to see more football. Although some of the players, it's not really good for some of the players because of their health and all of that. But another positive is the fact that, you know, now we get to see some more interesting fixtures.
For real.
We know that sometimes, for instance, we might not get to see an Arsenal Real Madrid, you know, if we were to follow the other format, because they are both on different sides, you know, of the table or whatever. Okay?
Yes.
But now that, you know, everyone has been merged together in a way,
the fixture tree, you cannot even predict the fixture tree at the moment.
It's hard for you to escape a certain opponent.
You will have to go there. So, this game now, with 9 people in the group now, 4 of them you go away, 4 you host at home. You don't host the same team. You do not go away to the same team. So it is differently. In pot 2, Real Madrid, Manchester United.
That's probably an error because United are not in the Champions League.
So I've been wondering.
That's probably an error
what they are doing there. But you have Inter Milan, Dortmund, Atletico Madrid, RB Leipzig, Porto, and Arsenal. But in pot 3, you have Shakhtar Donetsk, Salzburg, AC Milan, Lazio, Resta Belgrade, Braga, PSV Eindhoven, and Copenhagen. And in pot 4, you have Lens, Newcastle United, Union Berlin, Real Sociedad, Celtic, Young Boys, Galatasaray, and Antwerp. And of course, I think in England, we have 4 teams in the Champions League. You have Arsenal, you have Liverpool, you have
So I think there seems to be an error with this list because Newcastle United, I don't think they made it. So I think the replacement ought to be Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool. And Aston Villa somewhere too.
Real Madrid Sport, and then Aston Villa replacing Newcastle
United. Yes. So as it stands right now, ladies and gentlemen, if you check your screen over there, you will see it. Liverpool will be playing Real Madrid at home. They'll be going away to Leipzig. They'll be playing Leverkusen at home. They'll go away to Milan. And then they will be playing Lille at home, away to PSV, Bologna, they'll be playing at home, and Girona. What do you think about the game for Aston Villa over there? Aston Villa believes they can do better in the Premiership, but then this is the Champions League. You see all these names.
Well, looking at Aston Villa, I think this year, especially owing to the new format, I think they're going to have a good chance. They're going to have a good chance because of the new format, but I think where my problem would be the Premier League. I don't think they have that kind of squad depth, to maintain
all the engagements, the fixtures,
plus the FA Cup and then the Carabao Cup and everything. I don't think Aston Villa have that squad depth that can manage all of this.
Oh, thank God for Manchester City. Oh God, that team, first team, second team. Anyway, you see PSG are also having their own, and then PSG are having their own thing, and of course Arsenal, they have their own league teams that they're having. As I leave you with some of these visuals for you to just look at it, we will go on a very short break, and when we come back, we shall be going from the Champions League. We will be going to tennis to give you what is happening in the US Open at the moment. Stay tuned, we will be right back. Welcome back, my people over there. Thank you for staying with us all through this time. It's been an interesting episode today, and of course, let me go down to the world of tennis. The US Open is still on, and over the weekend, Alexei Popyrin was able to defeat the defending champion of the US Open, talking about Novak Djokovic. I defeated that game 6-4, 6-4, 2-6, 6-4. He won 3 out of the 4 sets over there. Of course, it's best of 5. When he won 2, he won 2 sets, and of course, Djokovic won 1, but then he lost the last one again. So Djokovic is out of that. And of course, you have Thomas Echeverry. He lost his game to Alexander Zverev 7-5, 5-7, 1-6, 3-6 in that very particular game. And of course, Jannik Sinner, he won the 3 sets that he played, 6-1, 6-4, 6-2 to Christopher O'Connell. Moving from there, we will quickly move from there. Alexander Zverev, of course, he won his own game with Brandon Nakashima 6-3, 1-6, 2-6, 2-6 in that very particular game. The women's single also look very interesting over there. You will see Julia Putintseva lost his game 2 straight sets to Jasmine Paolini of Italy, 3-6, 4-6. And of course, if you see a check-in on the other slide, you will see there Iga Swiatek won his own game. She won her own game. She won her own game 6-4, 6-2 to Payuchenkova in that very particular game. And of course, today a lot of games are going over again today. Jasmine Paulini is playing. We has already played a game. We will be giving you that score as it's happened later in the program. Next edition of the program, Jasmine Paulini play Carolina Muchova. Jasmine Paulini has lost 2 major tournaments this very particular season of the Opens in the game right now. And of course, in the men's Open, you still have a lot of games ongoing. You still have Jack Draper will be playing later today between Thomas Machak, while you see Alex de Minaur will be playing Jordan Thompson in the game later today. On this note, we will be calling it a day in this very particular program. Let's remind you that the game, any game you are playing for fitness, and of course you are playing for entertainment. Sometimes some people pay for gratification to get something out of it, maybe money or whatever. But whatever you are doing, just make sure you are healthy to play your game. My name is Lawal Ajibola Sahid, and I thank my co-host for joining me on this very particular thing, talking about my co-host, the principal thing, and of course Wisdom Shiwamba. Until we meet again, next edition of this very particular program, this is CTV, where we give it to you as a sort in the world of sport. Stay tuned. We will see you next time, next day. Bye bye.